So Kai, we're going to have a little chat now about your business journey to date with Football Fun Factory. Obviously, I know you're a hugely passionate football coach. I've seen you out there on the AstroTurf. I've seen the incredible impact that you make on children's lives, delivering sessions. But when you first became a business owner, how old were you?
I was 21 years old.
Yeah, 20. I think you were just about to turn 22.
Yeah.
So really young business owner. Obviously, those thoughts and feelings when we first talked to you about a franchise, what was going through your mind back then?
Everything. Absolutely everything. I remember thinking how much of a big step it was, because I'd gone from being a football sports coach to doing that and being a business owner as well, and I knew nothing about business. So it was a very daunting thing for me, and I had to grow up quite quickly. That was tough at times, but I think the journey that I've been on from then has been class, the development has been class as well.
I'd 100% agree with that. I would go as far as to say now, 4 years into that journey, you are a completely different person, and you're a really impressive individual back then, but the person you've gone on to become as a result of being a business owner, I think is a pretty epic journey. I think it's fair to say you struggled at the start, like not with the business performance, because you got off to a flyer and did really well, but you struggled at the start with like the being your own boss, right? You'd only ever been employed. You did an apprenticeship, didn't you?
Yeah.
Prior to that, and then went into an employed role. How would you reflect on those first few months?
I think it showed how much I didn't know about business. I really struggled with sort of time organisation. I went from a company where I was working a lot of hours and driving here, there and everywhere, to being my own boss and being able to set my own schedule, which I soon found out was that needed fixing a little bit, to be honest.
So let's take you right back then to the start of your franchise. You're your own boss at 20, 21, 22 years old, setting your own schedule. The only fixed thing in your schedule at that time, right, was your evening coaching session on a weeknight, a weekday evening, sorry. You then go off and do that session that might be 3-4 times a week and have your tots and parties on the weekend, but the rest of the day was completely up to you. How did you find that? Because obviously that time, right up until 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, was yours to do whatever you wanted with.
Yeah.
How was that for the first few months?
Very difficult. Difficult in terms of the progression that the business would have made. Setting your own schedule is fantastic, but if you haven't got that way of thinking and you're not that way inclined, it becomes difficult finding different things to do throughout the day and really organising the different areas that you need to improve your business. I really struggle with it, and I looked for a lot of times like you sort of telling me what to do sometimes, and I know that it shouldn't have been like that, but I needed it at that time. But eventually over time I managed to sort of really improve them skills, and I know what needed to be done at certain situations in the day.
So I think this is one big thing about franchising in general, is that people come in and they learn a system and they learn the way in which to be, they're trained to run a certain business in a certain way and using marketing methods that are tried, tested, proven, and all of that is great. But what needs to be the foundation of all of that is actually being able to do those things, and actually the skills required to be able to be your own boss, set your own schedule, schedule your day. What we did at that moment, at that sort of point in time, was a bit different to what we do now, and actually your challenges really as a young business owner has probably helped shape how we've then gone on to refine the support that we give people now as they come on board as a franchisee. We have different profiles. We have many people of the profile that you were when you came on board, which was a really young football coach essentially, or sports coach that had never been involved in business before. That's a tough learning curve to come in and then run your own franchise. So what we've gone on to do as a result of that is we've built a whole system and framework around how we now train and teach people how to run a business, as well as how to then go and run a football coaching business, how to run a Football Fun Factory franchise, which are two very different things. As you look at that journey now, you've gone on from the days where you're literally waking up thinking, right, what do I do today to get loads of kids to my sessions, to where you are today, where you know exactly what to do. You systemize, itemize everything that you're going to do every day. You've got a diary that you keep to. You're now a real professional in terms of how you operate and run your franchise. I know that because I know how you operate. That's one heck of a journey you've gone on. Yeah. So how did you get there?
I think half of it was support from you guys, obviously, but I soon learned that it wasn't going to work in the schedule that I set myself, and I knew I had to put not more time in it, because I've definitely put time into my business at the start, but I needed to prioritise different things, different areas of my business, and for me to go through that journey and understand what I need to do from a personal side, I was so young, that's put me in good stead for where I am now, because I know what needs to be done, I know what subjects or areas and topics I need to work on at different times of the day, different times of the year and things like that, so it's made it a lot more streamlined for me, and I know how much work I need to put into my business at the moment for it to see success.
Brilliant. And you've gone on from establishing your first few sessions to taking on new locations, obviously close to my heart because you now run the Football Fun Factory locations that I set up at the very start, that you took on as part of your business as well. I remember thinking at the time, how on earth do I stop? You know, I had this kind of runaway franchise business that was growing and growing, and then had this Football Fun Factory community that I was developing, and that was growing too. I knew I had to put that down, and it was something that I was really fearful of. It's like, how do I put this down when it's my baby effectively? It's my, you know, I've set up all these sessions, they're the original sessions. How do I stop doing that so I can start doing this? And it's not because I wanted to stop doing that. I didn't want to stop coaching football, and certainly didn't want to stop coaching all the children in Red Lodge, but what I did want to do and need to do at that time was actually step into the running of the wider organisation, because rather than just coaching or facilitating the development of the children in Red Lodge, we needed to do that on a mass scale, on which we've now got on to do. You've played a pivotal role in that because you took on those sessions. Not only have you taken them on, this 22-year-old lad who didn't know what to do each day has now taken them on, grown them, developed them, excelled to a far greater level of business performance than I achieved. So that's, again, a huge journey that you've gone on. So massive credit to you. And in doing that, did you ever envisage at the outset getting to where you've got to today?
No, I knew that I had massive boots to fill, because I knew I had to let the parents know who I was. I need to build a relationship with the fantastic parents we have in Red Lodge, and I thought that was going to take some time and obviously some big boots to fill, to be honest. Again, that was very, very exciting opportunity, but it was also very daunting at the same time because I didn't know what was going to happen. I know you've got plenty of coaching experience, more than me, and I know the Football Fun Factory in Red Lodge is the home of the FFF, and that's something that really played on my mind at times, but it was so natural to me as soon as I took over. Obviously football coaching is my passion. The coaching side was quite easy for me, I think. There are a few sort of problems here and there that we worked through, but yeah, it has been such an exciting journey taking over the Red Lodge Football Fun Factory community.
And in terms of where you got the business to, so now at this point in time, obviously we'll talk about the management franchise in a second and what that means for you, but you developed the business to get to a point in time where you've now got, say, roughly 250 subscribers attending your sessions every single week. That's a huge impact that you're making for literally thousands of people, because you look at their families and their parents and their grandparents, they come and see them and watch them play, and all of the people that actually connect with that on social media too. So it's not just the parents that stand on the side of the pitch, it's all their family members that see them winning the blue card and see their achievements. So you're making an incredible impact. But that journey that you've gone on to get to that point in time, did you envisage at the outset building a community the size and scale of where it's got to today?
No, I had the ambition to, 100%, and finding ways to get there was difficult. So to be sat in a position now where, like you mentioned, I've got 250 children attending my programs is incredible. We've got obviously children as young as 2 years old coming to our Tots Football Fun program. So many magical moments in them sessions, and then they grow to obviously 5 years old, they move up into Football Fun development. The community feel in Red Lodge is massive, and with this managerial franchise, it's an exciting prospect to try and do that in other communities as well, which another community that's only 15 minutes down the road. And then so on, like the big Football Fun Factory family can be created in lots of communities within my community.
Yeah, so you've got this huge program in Red Lodge. We've got hundreds of children participating, the vast majority of those 250 subscribers attending Red Lodge. It must be really exciting then to think that you could do the same in Mildenhall and Burwell and places like that and create the same kind of impact. To see your journey to date, Carl, has been absolutely brilliant, mate, and seeing where you've got to, but I also know this is just the start for you, mate, so I'm really excited to see what the future has got planned for not just the Red Lodge community, but the extension of your community as you grow and develop your franchise. So top man, well done, and all the best for the future.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.